Hey, what's up everyone? Danny Lightning back with another CSR2 video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell. Set that thing to all. That would help me out a lot. Today we're going to do a max tune and shift pattern on both of these Corvette CR8s. Huge thank you to Asho Speed the King for letting me use his account to make these videos. You can check him out. He's on my featured channels list. Alright, so let's go do some test runs. First off, I do want to say both these cars are tuned the exact same way and they drive with the exact same shift pattern, but I will show you both. Alright, so let's get into some test runs. So what you want to do is let go of the gas a little bit after number one. You want to try and get a perfect start, and that needle is going to kick back to around 1000 RPMs. Somewhere between 2 and 3000 RPMs, you're going to shift into second gear, hit your nitrous, and try and get all good shifts after that. And I know it's kind of hard, okay, if you don't get the start right, this car doesn't run the best time, so it may take a little bit of getting used to, but let's go try and make this one work. Alright, so let's give this a go. This is a very hard car to drive. 3, 2, 1, go. Second nitrous, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Alright, let's see what we got. If we got that just right, we should run a 7.0 on this car. There we got a 7.046. Not bad at all. Alright, very hard car to drive, guys. Very hard to drive this one. Getting that start right and then those fast shifts make this car crazy hard to drive. As you'll see, it's got a 7.046 with a dyno time of a 7.045. So this is one of those cars where it's really hard to beat your dyno time, but you know, it can be done. It can be done. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do a run on this car as well. It drives the exact same way. Still crazy hard to drive. 3, 2, 1, go. Second to nitrous, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And I kind of messed up that shift a little bit there, so I might not run the 6.9. We'll see what we get. 7.027. Alright, if I wouldn't have screwed up my shifts, we should have ran a 6.9. It's very hard to get the 6.9 on this car, but I have seen the world record time on this car of a 6.9. So both cars use the exact same shift pattern. Very cool car. It doesn't really beat dyno time by much though. That's one thing I've noticed. It's very hard to beat your dyno time on this car. Alright, so we're going to look at the way these cars are tuned. When the car is completely maxed out, you're going to want to bring your nitrous all the way up. You're going to take your final drive all the way down to 2.0, and you're going to take your tire pressure to 8 psi. On both of these cars, that's how they're tuned when they're maxed out. Okay? The yellow one and the gray one both are tuned the exact same way. Alright, so my thoughts on these cars and a quick little review. So number one, these cars are very fast and they're very hard to drive. Alright, both of these cars are super hard to drive. I don't like the way they shift at all. It took me quite a few times to get a good shift test run just to show you guys this video. Not easy to drive, but they are two of the faster cars in the game right now. Alright, most of the fastest cars in the game are all running between 6.8s and 7.0s, and these cars do fit into that category if you can get the shift pattern right and max them out. Now, they don't really beat dyno time by very much, so unless you can find some sort of crazy down tune, you're not going to have a great time with live racing these unless you can max them out and then get into the fastest lobby. But if you're not maxed out, I'm going to say you're going to have a very hard time with live racing on these guys. But you can't expect this car to run a 7.0 and this car to run a 6.9 if you get a perfect run and they're both maxed out, okay? So very fast cars. Now there's a lot of events that will require you to beat your dyno time. So again, if you're trying to run one of those with this car, you might need to find a down tune to make it beat dyno, alright? I'm not really good with down tuning. That's not my thing. I've never really figured out the art of down tuning cars yet. So my final thoughts on these cars, if you can get enough parts to max these out completely, they are definitely worth upgrading. If you can't max these out, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would really upgrade these two cars, just because they're not going to be good at everything. All right, this is a car that's really just good at being very, very, very fast. Now at showdowns, all right, if you have some parts in these will probably be good at showdowns if these things ever come into a showdown. Not great live racing cars unless you can max them out completely though. So that's kind of the downfall. That's hard to beat dyno time. There's a lot of events that go by dyno time, so these cars may struggle at certain things but excel at others. But my own personal opinion is, if you can't max one of these out, I probably wouldn't upgrade it. But anyways, that's me. If you can max it out, these things are amazing little cars. Very, very hard to drive though. That's the other thing I don't like about them. But I think that pretty much wraps up this little review. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I will catch you guys later. Hope you liked this video, and lightning out. See ya.